What's the deal with your boy Love One the Hate One? In the building with your boy EBTV Sports. Back at y'all with another radio call. As I always say, don't be a hater. If you feeling somebody's shit, support and subscribe. And make sure you subscribe to my other video page. It's called Love, I Hate, Fighting, and Drama. Let's get it.
So y'all continue to support me and Love One Hate One Sports.
Yep.
Some real, and uncut boxing talk.
That's right. We got a couple things we want to talk about today, man. All type of stuff. Just sit back and enjoy the show. Make sure y'all get your popcorn. Go ahead and get your weed, your beer, whatever you need to chill and relax. Go grab that because this is going to be a good show between me and my guy EBTV Sports. And scratch that. I get confused. EBTV Sports. All right. So, we was talking about that Mayweather versus tension being rigged, y'all. And in my opinion, I think it was rigged. EBT don't agree with me, but that's all good. Disagreements just make everything more fun. And just let the people know why you disagree with me, because I'm quite sure they all seen my video already of why I thought it was rigged. Whoever messed with Love One the Hate One.
Yeah, in terms of it being rigged, I can't see why people would think that. But, all right, Mayweather. Money Mayweather, 50-0. Arguably the greatest boxer to ever lift up a pair of boxing gloves.
Right.
He being 5'8", 150, and him going against a kickboxer over there in Japan, 5'4". I'm way taller than him, 5'4", and he usually fights at around 121 to 125, in between that range.
Right.
It wasn't gonna. I don't think it was rigged, but let's say they fought, nobody was watching. It's no way that tension would beat him. I expected that to happen. I expected him to go in there, just walk him down and knock him out. But, you also got to realize, rising with tension and everything like that, Ryzen wouldn't let Floyd, they wouldn't pay Floyd to rig the fight. Why would it be rigged? Because, number one, they fought in Japan, and, that's like the people's champion over there, tension. They wouldn't pay to have him, embarrassed in front of this crowd. And I think you saw his emotions after the fight. I think it looked very real. Now, I could see some of the points that people were making in regards to it being rigged, but they wouldn't pay to have it rigged, especially him being people's champion.
No, that's the problem. He, and I know what you mean by people's champion, but that's the problem. It's not that the Japan people was rigging it. Maybe, who knows, it could have been some type of money talks, yo. It could have been some type of secret with Floyd Mayweather and the Japan kid. Besides, I don't know, man. I'm just saying. But I made the video pretty much discussing this, and you make a good point. Why would they let Floyd Mayweather dictate? Why would they let Floyd Mayweather dictate whether the fight is rigged out there in Japan? But in my opinion, money talks, and money can overpower all that shit, yo.
That's true, right? You know what I'm saying? If you would have no reason to really rig it. You take a dude 5'8", walking around at 150, against a dude 5'4", walking around at 121. It's really nothing he can really do with that. I think if they even made, let's say, they changed the terms of the fight and made it an MMA bout, I don't think the tension could even do with anything with him. Because I think what happened with tension is he didn't even know who Floyd really was. So he was in the the talks and everything like that.
Yeah, he
was just fighting, a regular pro, right? And he got in there and he saw how big he was and everything, and he got intimidated. It was no reason for Floyd to have to rig that fight.
Okay, it probably would. He probably didn't know who Floyd.
Ryzen wouldn't pay him to rig it.
Huh?
Yeah, Ryzen wouldn't pay him to rig it.
Okay, man, that could be a fact, but the thing about it is, even if he didn't know who Floyd was, let me correct myself. I was gonna say something else. Even if he didn't know who Floyd was. He got to know who Floyd was. By the time they fought, he knew who Floyd was. I'm quite sure he did his homework. But my thing is this, money talks, yo. And you're going against a kickboxer who gets kicked in the face. He gets kicked in the face, and then all of a sudden you got Mayweather, who, don't get it twisted. I know Mayweather was going to win the fight. I even think Mayweather would have stopped him. But he didn't stop him in the first round. Not only the first round, it was like less than a minute. I just think that's kind of like...
I expected that, you know, being that I knew Tyson couldn't take a punch. I don't think he's fought anybody who could actually. And, you know, getting all the face forward, you know, his brittle hands, he doesn't have a crack on the punch. But I think Tyson hasn't fought anybody with the power, in terms of the punching power that Floyd has. And him being bigger than Floyd.
What power? Floyd got hand problems.
Could take a punch.
Floyd got hand problems. He don't really got power like that, yo.
But like, again, that's the thing we were talking about with Amir Khan. It doesn't really take somebody with a glass chin. You don't have to have Mike Tyson's power to, like, knock him down, you know?
But no, that's not really a strong point with Amir Khan, because Amir Khan only gets knocked out by punchers. Who knocked out Amir Khan that wasn't a puncher?
I mean, that's true, but I'm just saying, I put him against an average puncher. If an average puncher gives him a solid punch, it could be over for Amir Khan. But, you know, back on the point, Tyson really is not, I don't think he could really take a punch. You know, and he's a kickboxer. That's also another point. He's a kickboxer. He's not really used.
Okay, but that goes against your own point, because kicks is harder than punches, yo. Leg power is always powerful, more powerful than arm power. So if you're getting kicked in the face and you got somebody with hand problems hitting you, the first round, I see your point though, and I respect your point. But I don't know, I think it's still controversial in my opinion, yo. That fight was real funny in my opinion.
I'm gonna tell you, cause like, all right, if you were to put it as a kickboxing bout,
right?
Floyd should call for him to even reach a roundhouse, because I know mixed martial arts too.
Right.
He would have to like hit Floyd in the head. It'd be hard if somebody's way calling you, because all Floyd would do is just grab that leg and just start punching. I mean, he wouldn't really be able to handle it.
Oh, no, I'm not. See, I'm not sitting here saying... Yeah, see, but I'm not sitting here saying no technique that Tenshin could have done to win the fight. I'm not sitting here saying that, Tenshin could have did this. I'm not sitting here saying none of that. What I'm saying is because Floyd Mayweather has a proven chin. And I'm not even saying that Tenshin could have won this fight. By no means necessary. I'm just saying that it was just funny how the fight ended in 10 seconds. Like, when did Floyd get this type of power where he was just knocking dudes out in 10 seconds?
And that's my point, though, because Floyd he's fighting a dude with no chin. It's not like he was fighting an average boxer. I mean, he probably won't do that against a dude, you know, a real pro boxer. But since you're fighting a kickboxer, you know, and I think personally, Tenshin doesn't have a great chin at all. You know, he's a small dude. I think he could have not. I mean, I'm not surprised at him, Mayweather, actually doing that to Tenshin.
In 10 seconds? I'm a little surprised in 10 seconds. Knocking them out, yeah. But 10 seconds, yo? But, you know, we've been on this for a little bit too long, though.
Yeah.
What? Any more thoughts on it?
Oh, no. Okay.
You know, sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree. I agree with you to a certain extent. I see some of your points, but I still think it was a funny fight, and I'm going to stick to that.
Yeah, okay.
So, you know, we got Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence, man. I talked about this with down there everybody except you. But I think you told me you're going with Errol Spence, man. You want to take this one first or me?
I guess I'll take it. Man, when you go with Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia, I gotta watch that fight. But
me too.
That's really tough to say. Errol Spence being he's like 5'9", and Mikey Garcia 5'7", 5'6", something like that.
Yeah.
I see Errol Spence winning the fight. I don't see him stopping Mikey Garcia though, and you know, I guess you could say it wasn't really like fair how they made the fight because Mikey, you know,
If he don't stop Mikey, he lost the fight though. Everybody gonna say he gotta stop Mikey. It's gonna be a bad look if he don't stop Mikey. But I don't mean to cut you off. Keep going.
No, he's not gonna stop Mikey. You know, Mikey's the champion and everything like that.
Right.
You know, I don't think Mikey will allow himself to be stopped. Mikey got he got speed and power, but Errol, you know, being an aggressive fighter he is, with the height advantage and the weight advantage and everything like that, I think he's gonna bully him. And you know, he might, you know, Mikey Garcia might get stopped. You never know because of Errol Spence's power, but.
So you think it's a
I don't see Mikey
possibility?
Garcia do anything, and
Go ahead.
it's all about Spence utilizing his height advantage on Mikey because remember that fight with Mikey and Robert Easter Jr. Well, Robert was 6'1". He should have wiped Mikey Garcia out of the water, but he didn't utilize his height very. So, and I think Errol Spence being a smart fighter, he is. I think he'll utilize his height.
No, see,
like that.
but see, let me ask that though. I disagree on that because whenever Robert Easter did try to utilize his height, even though he lost that fight clearly, it was spurts of Robert Easter Jr. doing good when he tried to use his height. But whenever he threw height out the window, that's when it all went in Mikey's hands. But keep going.
Yeah, but you know, that's also another mistake that tall fighters make. You're not going to try to. I think Robert Easter's mistake was him trying to fight. See, I don't know if he realized he was doing it, but he was actually fighting at Mikey Garcia's height without actually being his height. He should have just used the outside, and I think if Errol Spence, you know, is aggressive with the outside fighting, I think he'll beat him. I think he'll beat Mikey.
Well, you and the rest of the world think you're gonna beat him. But me, I have a tendency to think differently when it comes down to this fight. Let me tell you why. Well, you done yet? Go ahead.
No, I'm done. That's all right, sis.
Okay. Well, this is my opinion when it comes down to Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence. A lot of people want to talk about that height advantage, but they don't want to act. They don't want to how you call it? They don't want to really think about what they're saying, contemplate on what they're saying, and really analyze that. Because Errol Spence is not taller than Robert Easter Jr. Okay, Robert Easter Jr. is 5'11", if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
So Mikey already showed us he can fight a taller fighter. That's why I even told the people in my videos I felt like the fight with Robert Easter Jr. was a tune-up fight for Errol Spence. No disrespect to Robert Easter Jr., but I think that was a tune-up fight in my opinion. A good tune-up fight for Mikey Garcia. So No, but see, you got to hear me out. I'm talking about as far as size-wise. You know, not like being bigger as far as weight, being height. That's what I'm saying as far as height. So I feel like Mike Garcia, he has a lot of pros in this fight. The only con is size. Mikey has experience. He's a more experienced fighter. Shit, he been boxing since he was a baby. His whole family is boxers down there. Not only that, Mikey has the experience, the jab, the better ring IQ in my opinion. And Errol Spence is not hard to hit. Plus, he don't have very good head movement or foot movement. So I feel like Mikey Garcia can exploit those things. My only problem in this fight with Mikey is how is it going to play when it's past 6 rounds? I feel like in the lateral parts of the fight, that's where Mikey could take a whole lot of damage. And that weight can really kick in on Mikey. But I don't know, man. This fight right here is very spooky. I'm still picking Mike Garcia to win this round. Not win the round, win the fight. But I don't know, man. It's something that I really got to sit down and think about. I got Mikey, though.
How you think Mikey Garcia is going to win a fight? You know, how you think you
Good question. Good question. You know, I could see a close type of fight, but I think a close fight, the judges will give it to Errol Spence. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But I can actually see, a lot of people gonna think I'm crazy for saying this, but I can see Mikey Garcia maybe clearly beating Errol Spence. Maybe a late stoppage. I know that sounds crazy, but I feel like Mikey Garcia is going to be juicing for this fight. I'm not going to front. I do feel like Mike Garcia is going to juice up for this fight. And he's already a powerful fighter.
I'm thinking like Garcia. I mean, he's gonna feel totally different walking out. What they fighting at 147?
140. That's what they're fighting at 147.
He's not gonna feel right in there. I think all that takes because Aaron Spence, he's a powerful puncher, and I don't think Mikey Garcia can really withstand that, especially with the height advantage that Errol Spence has. But I still have Errol Spence winning the fight. I don't think he'll be clear. It might be like a split decision, something like that. But that height and weight advantage, I think Errol Spence is gonna bully him, especially with that power he has too.
So you don't feel like Errol Spence is gonna respect a Mikey's power on juice?
Huh?
So you don't feel like Errol Spence is gonna respect Mikey's power? A Mikey that's juicing, by the way.
Man, I'm telling you, it won't really matter. He can smother his. He could diminish his power by walking him down and putting the pressure on him with punches. And I know I fought like people. I experienced fighting taller people. It's kind of hard when they're aggressive because that's a big misconception, and especially in boxing. That if you're taller, you're supposed to stay outside and everything and just work the jab. But if you're really aggressive, that's going to really be a problem for Mikey Garcia. Especially, Errol Spence being comfortable at 147. He's just that's his first time, I think, at 147.
Yeah. Yeah, but he sparred. I don't hold much weight to that because Mike Garcia has sparred people bigger than 147. He sparred, light middleweights and et cetera, et cetera. So I don't want to just put too much on that, but go ahead.
I mean, you can spar anybody, though. You know that, so.
Yeah, sparring is different from the actual stage. I ain't gonna lie now. But at the same time, I don't really think the weight is as much as people saying. I think the weight is a problem, but it's not a very big problem. I mean, Mikey spars bigger guys. He hurt Maidana in sparring and broke his ribs. And another thing is, too, maybe Mikey Garcia might have a plan to go downstairs on Errol Spence. I have not seen no fighter go downstairs on Errol Spence. And Mike Garcia is a decent body puncher. So,
man, like I said earlier, if Errol Spence utilizes his height advantage, I think that's the biggest thing. Because if he does what Robert Easter did not do, I think Errol Spence will win the fight. Because, Robert Easter...
what you mean? What Robert Easter did not?
Hold
up now. What you mean? What did Robert Easter did not do? I think Robert Easter did what he can do in the best of his ability. It just didn't work out.
He's 5'11", man. Like 5'11". I'm not saying if you're like smaller, you can't win a boxing match. That's not what I'm saying at all, because that might be misconstrued. But
yeah, it is.
He should have beat him. I mean, do you see the comparison? Like when they're in the boxing, when they were in the boxing ring together, do you see the size difference?
I'm not going to even lie to you. I really don't take much into the size difference because it's not the size of the man; it's the size of his heart. And me personally, in real life, I've witnessed smaller guys beat up bigger guys. I've witnessed it. So.
Yeah, it can happen, but it's always an advantage for the bigger guy.
Yeah, but
you have to use the advantage.
Yeah, Mikey guys. I mean, what's her boy name? Yeah, Robert Easter. That's his name. Robert Easter Jr. tried to use his advantage, but I don't feel like his advantage played a factor in the fight. I mean, it did play a factor in the fight. But Mikey Garcia is, I'm not going to say special, but he does everything good. Like, Mikey Garcia is the type of fighter, he really doesn't do anything great, but he does everything good. That's a special type of a fighter to me. And I feel like he exploited that in the fight with Robert Easter Jr. It wasn't so much.
Not gonna lie, it wasn't an impressive performance, but you know, and you can't even overlook. Because like, let me ask you a question: who do you think's the bigger puncher? Easter or
Say it again.
Who do you think's the bigger puncher, Easter or Spence?
Oh, most definitely. It's most definitely Spence. But that, I mean, but Easter.
Do you think Mikey Garcia has been in the ring with that big of a puncher in Spence?
No, never, ever. But it's Spence power.
He has a lot to adjust to. You know, you got to adjust to the weight. You got to adjust to, you know, the punching power. I think it's going to be a lot for him.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna destroy that argument right now. But let me say one more thing about the last thing we was talking about before we get into this, because we're finna talk about Errol Spence's power right now. But let me say one more thing. It's not so much about what Robert Easter Jr. couldn't do. I mean, could do. It's not so much about what the dude could do. Y'all know I'm at the shit over here. It's not so much about what he could do. It's what he couldn't do. He tried to do everything he could, just Mike Garcia took away them weapons and them powers. But let's go ahead and get into Errol Spence's power, yo. Is Errol Spence's power really out of this world, though? His power could be a little bit overrated, man.
Oh, man.
I mean, let's talk about it.
Overrated.
No, I ain't gonna say overrated. Okay, I might have been reaching with that one. I might have been reaching with that one. His power is definitely rated, but in my opinion, it's not out of this world. I'm sticking to that.
I mean, that's true, but you know, again, and like, all right, how would you rate Mikey Garcia's defensive ability?
It's solid. Like I said before, Mikey Garcia does everything decent, everything above average. I would say from a scale through 1 through 10, I would say he does everything about a good 7.5, maybe 8.
And you think that's enough? You think that's enough for him to survive at Errol Spence?
No, I don't think it's enough. I never said that was enough. What I think is enough is people are sleeping on Mikey Garcia's power. That, the foot movement of Mike Garcia, add that too. And number 3 is Mike Garcia, he's a good blocker. A lot of people sleep on blocking as well. Like,
that's true.
You know, people don't talk about this. This is a subject a lot of people don't talk about. Like, what's the kid name? That was a very good blocker. Winky Wright. He had very good blocking strength. Mikey Garcia is a good blocker. And he moves his feet and his head. And another thing is this too. The feints of Mikey Garcia. He throw pretty good feints. So that could throw people off too. Like I said, you guys, I'm going to stick to this. It's nothing that Mike Garcia does bad. Nothing. Go ahead, though.
But you also, you know, one thing Errol Spence cannot do, and that people who are taller like he tend to do, is back up and let Mikey Garcia get him on the inside. If that happens, it's gonna be a long night for Errol Spence. But he's gotta dictate the pace and the control of the fight. He has to, you know, be like the ring. You know, he has to win a category of ring leadership and generalship. You know,
ring generalship.
Category. You definitely have to do that, because if Mike Garcia just gets him in the corner and just goes and Errol Spence tries to fight him, you know, in the inside. It's the inside fight against Mikey Garcia. It's gonna be a lot for Errol Spence to handle.
You mean Mike Garcia?
No, if Errol Spence tries to fight Mikey Garcia in the inside fight and tries to, like,
Marlon
make it a
Brawl.
brawl, it's gonna be too much for him.
Oh, okay. But I don't think that I don't think that Mikey's gonna allow that because Mikey. I think Mikey might come in here. Because he's a boxer first, so he's gonna come in here and try to outbox Errol Spence. And I can see Mikey being successful at that. Okay. But another thing I wanted to say was Mikey Garcia. He feels like he already won the fight. I don't know why he feels that way. That could just be the confidence. Or maybe he's trying to pump himself up, but Mikey Garcia is not coming to this fight to lay down, that's for sure.
I mean, that's true. I mean, me and don't come to fight to lay down, you know.
Huh?
I mean, people don't sign big fights to lay down. They sign fights to fight.
That could be true, but to a certain extent, I think some people came in a fight to lay down. I'm quite sure there's plenty of people that fought Mike Tyson to lay down and just get that big payday.
I mean, and that is true. But why I signed it in the first place,
Because it's a payday. That's why. It's the same thing with a lot of people that face Errol Spence. Nobody went in the fight really thinking they was gonna beat Errol Spence. It was something in the back of their mind like, damn, this dude might really beat me. I really feel like Mikey Garcia do not feel like Errol Spence can mess with him, on any level. Pause. But
I think it's definitely gonna be a good fight. But I really don't see Mikey Garcia going in there and definitely not stopping him. I don't see Mikey Garcia stopping Errol Spence, but I do see him. It's not gonna be like a bad performance from Mikey Garcia, but I think I see Mikey Garcia impressing some people, but Errol Spence is definitely gonna come out that dub, because of that punching power and that height and weight advantage he has, and I think he's gonna use it right.
Well, I don't know, man. See, Errol Spence, he really don't use his height neither, if you want to get technical, because he comes straight forward. But you did say it's a misconception about height, and I do feel you on that. But I feel like
And do you think Mikey Garcia can be defeated in 3 rounds and clearly be outboxed and adjust to what Errol Spence is doing?
Yes. I don't really think it's much to adjust to because we all know that Errol Spence fights the same way, basically. And hold on, wait, one more thing too. You said about you don't feel like Mikey can stop Errol Spence. I can't see it, but I won't be surprised if it happened though. In this boxing, anything can happen. Plus, Mikey might be juicing, so I can kind of see it a little bit. But what I can see is Mikey Garcia knocking down Errol Spence and the whole arena going crazy. I could definitely see that.
Knocking him down?
Yeah.
I mean, anything can happen, though, But I think the key is for Errol Spence is not to try to fight him inside, not to try to brawl with him. That's if he doesn't fight. If he plays it smart and he just wants to get the dub, he needs to just box him outside and, stay aggressive and box him outside. You shouldn't try to fight him inside. And I think that's what he's going to do. But I don't think Mike Garcia is on that level to even, adjust to something like that and win the fight. Like, stuff like, like the Mayweather thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a Mayweather gene adjusting. I don't think he can really do that well.
You don't think he got that Mayweather? I think Mikey Garcia can adjust, man. You can't do Mikey like that, yo. I think Mikey can adjust. He adjusted to Robert Easter Jr. If you ask me, I think he lost the first 3 rounds against Easter and adjusting in that fight. So I wouldn't just say he can't adjust.
I don't know. But like I said again, it's gonna be a good fight though. It really is.
Definitely. We know that.
I really don't see Mikey Garcia beating Errol Spence, especially if Errol Spence really is aggressive with him. And I know you don't think Errol Spence has that otherworldly power or something like that. But I think he has a really solid crack on that punch. And I think if he really hits Mikey Garcia with a few of those, I don't know what Mikey Garcia is gonna do.
No, he has the power. I just don't feel like it's out of this world. Like he don't got no Deontay Wilder type of power where it's like he's just hitting you and you're out flush. It's
Yeah,
usually
ain't no welterweight. Ain't nobody in the welterweight division got that kind of power though.
But no, I'm not comparing him to Deontay Wilder, of course, because he's a heavyweight. But it is fighters that have been in the welterweight division with that type of power. Tommy Hearns had that type of power where he can hit you with one clean right hand and you're out of there. You're done. Sugar Ray Leonard, you can even argue he had that type of power with the right hook. And he was at welterweight. So it has happened in the past. Huh?
Like Deontay Wilder type power, like
No, he don't.
that's like that's out of this world because that's on. You can argue that's the only reason why Deontay Wilder can win fights.
We better talk about that in a minute. You know we got to discuss that. But hold up.
Yeah.
Let me say one more thing about what I was saying. Errol Spence don't got that type of power. I mean, Kell Brook went 10 rounds with the boy. And I think Kell Brook was mainly tired and worried about his eye. But one thing I will say about the power from Errol Spence, he is a good body puncher. I'll give him that. And Mike Garcia, I don't feel like over a 3-month period, he can just all of a sudden just start doing sit-ups and just be a good body and take good body punches. I don't know about that. Now, that could be his worst nightmare. But what I was saying about the power,
I got a question for you. You think
Errol Spence power is not out of this world.
From, a different weight class, come up, get to be 147. His first fight at 147, fight a skilled puncher with power and a person who's already comfortable with the 147 weight division, 147 pound weight division, and also with the height advantage. You think he can really come out like that? If Errol Spence would lose to Mike Garcia, it would kind of be like a shocker. I don't think it would be embarrassing, but it would really be shocking because that would mean Mike Garcia is superstar level right now. Because that's something big to come out of a whole weight class, and go up to 147 and fight somebody who's actually taller than you with good punching power and beat him. That would be something impressive. But I don't think that's going to happen. That's really a lot.
Hold on, repeat the last part, EBT.
I'm just saying it would be a lot for him to come out from would it be a lightweight, something like that?
Yeah, no, he started off as a lightweight, but he's technically
147.
No, he's technically a 140 fighter.
Taller than you and has more punch, and arguably is a bigger puncher than you. I think it would be a lot for him, and that's something that requires. That's something magnificent to do. That's something that really needs to be praised if you were to do that. I don't think you can do that right now.
So you don't
fought somebody smaller in the 147, somebody lesser known in the 147 pound weight division, and then worked his way up to Spence. But he went straight to him, so.
Well, I see what you mean, man, and I got this fight going I can see this fight playing out so many ways. That's why we just gotta go ahead and see it. It's less than a month away. I'm just ready to go ahead and see this damn fight already, man. But you made some solid points there. But I will say this, man. It always is an occasion where the good little man beats the big good man or whatever. And I think this can be one of those cases. But we've been on this for a while, though.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get into that Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder rematch prediction or whatever. I'm just going to say it like this, man. You said Deontay Wilder, that's the only way he will win fights if he did, because of that power, right?
And that's true.
Yeah, I can't say shit about that. That's most definitely true. But I think that will force.
He cannot. Deontay Wilder can't box. And you know the definition of boxing because you're not like a casual.
I do know that.
Really box.
See, this is my thing. Deontay Wilder can't box, but I don't think it's just terrible. I won't say it's terrible. I will say from a scale from 1 through 10 on Deontay Wilder's boxing IQ and boxing level, I would say it's about a good
6.
4. No, not even 6. Maybe a 5. Okay, I'll give it a 5. A 5 at best. So which means
Yeah,
it's,
you could. I mean, you know what I think? I think that they just want to make it a draw because they knew they want to get a good fight out of Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder in the first place. So they knew they were going to get a good fight. So they made it a draw. So, you know, it would create more hype for the second fight and make more money. Because we all know Tyson Fury kind of won that fight.
You said kind of won. Oh, here we go.
Now, he won the fight. Despite the knockdowns, I think he won the fight.
Oh, of course. Despite the knockdown, he clearly won the fight. But that's the problem. And then you got some people out here saying, oh, I had to fight 114, 112, which means Wilder lost by 2 rounds. Okay, 114 to 112, you are admitting that it was a close fight if that was your scorecards, right? You got to clearly beat the champion.
No, it was not a close fight. I don't think it was. Now, I haven't really officially scored it, but just by watching it, it was not a close fight.
Oh my God, you're crazy.
If you take the knockdowns out of it, and you
but we can't do that. We can't do that. The knockdowns
and you gave those rounds to Wilder. So let's say, you know, Fury wasn't knocked down and the rounds that he was knocked down were given to Wilder. Wilder still won one fight.
Oh, but the thing about it is, you cannot take the knockdowns out though. The knockdowns is there. That's null and void. It's there. We can't avoid that factor. The knockdowns happen, and in so many ways this fight could have went, because you can argue that it was an early stoppage. I'm not really too mad with, no, not the early stoppage. You could argue that it was a late count. That's what I meant to say. But I'm not too mad at the late count because it is a championship fight, and Tyson Fury lasted to the 12th round. And not only that, Wilder had all the time in the world to finish him. So,
but who do you think won the fight though?
Honestly, I thought a draw was fair, yo.
Oh, okay.
That, in my honest opinion, I thought a draw was perfect. Matter of fact, if I had to think of one of the best draws in history, I think this is probably up there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because they made it a draw just so we can get a rematch.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't have just given it to Fury, but they made it a draw so we can get a rematch. That's obvious.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. Do you think that, let's switch the scenario around. Let's say Deontay Wilder went to the UK, arguably won every round, but he got knocked down twice, and Fury was the champion. First of all, we all know that the referees in the UK would have probably stopped the fight if Wilder took that long to get up. But other than that, let's just say that Wilder won all the rest of the rounds and got knocked down 2 times. Do you really think that Wilder would have took that belt back home to America?
It would have been a draw. See, I think this whole boxing thing